Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Insure-Weekly episode. So this is just a brief overview of an article that came out just yesterday, but essentially it covers how risk management and insurance in the textile and fashion industry connect post-COVID-19 about 30 years ago. So we're giving our little briefing on that today. And so just a brief overview of what was covered. It's essentially just a discussion on how we were able to kind of overcome COVID-19. 30 years ago, we never thought of the impacts it would have. Of course, we were thinking about the economy, our daily lives, sporting events, going to work, grocery shopping, and things like that. And in terms of the economy, we were really focused on, the stimulus check that we received and kind of how we were going to bounce back. Major companies were going to recover from the losses that they kind of went over with business income policies and things like that. But something that came across our radar that we didn't think of that is actually a part of our everyday lives is actually the fashion and textiles industry. And so we kind of wanted to connect with them to kind of see the impact on that 30 years later, actually. So essentially, we kind of talked about how before COVID-19, the major topic of discussion was global climate change and on how we wanted to have more sustainable practices. And the textile and fashion industry was actually going to focus on that before COVID-19 actually took over the conversation. But we took that time to kind of take advantage of the issue and work on the changes that we wanted to implement. And so there were a lot of concerns that were put forth about the textile and fashion industry. And so really briefly, we were able to kind of overcome some of them, of course, to make ourselves more responsible global citizens. So we kind of implemented more policies and change just to hold these companies accountable that they're having safer practices for more sustainable textiles and granting coverage for supply chain companies to kind of trace where all of this waste was coming from. And so now we're able to kind of hold each other accountable in that sense. And we were able to kind of track all of this as well through, of course, a lot of studying, being able to trace which products are harmful or not, and then being able to hold these companies accountable by implementing these new policy changes. So it's really, really interesting, and it's going to be a great read on how much we've grown in both industries and how we've been able to collaborate with each other in that kind of sense. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please tune in and read up on the new article that was posted today.